Hello everyone and welcome to the Historia Scale. The intent of these videos is to explain why each character has achieved the score that they've been assigned, and it is not intended to be a discussion about artifact builds, but rather an exploration of the character's raw potential based on their stats and capabilities, so that when you get your hands on these characters, you'll have a better idea if they will suit your team comp, or, better yet, if they're a character you want to build your team around. Also, the entire scale is not taking into account the existence of constellations, as it is very possible that you could play Genshin Impact for extended periods of time with little to no constellations. The exception to the rule here is the Travelers, as they have the only constellations in the game which are guaranteed through the storyline, making theirs realistic for comparison. Furthermore, the scale is designed to award points only where points are due. As such, it is very difficult for a character's score to reach beyond the 70s on this sort of scale. Now, without further delay, this scale is covering Lisa, so let's dive in. Beginning with attack, Lisa's main attack is slightly above average, at 43, gaining 4 points. For normal attack DPS, Lisa is a strong producer at 196 damage per second, earning her a 5. Lisa's charged attacks are effective, dealing 501 damage in my tests, scoring 4 points. Lisa's main skill, Violet Arc, dealt on average 906 damage, picking up 4 points again. Lastly, onto Lisa's Elemental Burst. Lightning Rose is a solid producer, dealing on average 2,987 damage, gaining 5 points. All scores from attack tallied up give Lisa a score of 22 out of 30 in attack. Onto durability. Lisa is a true model of the glass cannon. With her 48 defense and 802 HP, she earns 2 and 3 points respectively. These together give Lisa 5 points out of the possible 14 in durability. Next is utility. For travel add-ons, environment, opportunity, and weak point strikes, Lisa picks up no points. But there are some dungeons which have Electro-only switch activations, so for this, she gains 1 point. Lisa's passive returns a portion of materials used when crafting potions on 20% of crafts, which gives 2 points. For self-reliance, Lisa earns 0 points in healing and also in enemy elemental resistance. As she is without any non-elemental abilities, she can be left without any options against enemies naturally charged with electro power. For crowd control, Lisa generates knockdowns from overload against fire-type enemies. For normal attack range, she scores a 2. As a mage, her normal attacks are auto-aimed and usable from a good distance. Lastly, for buffs and debuffs, Lisa's level 70 passive produces a defense reduction debuff when using Lightning Rose, and she can also further reduce the defense of enemies when attacking those naturally attuned with the cryo element, which produces Superconduct. This earns Lisa 2 points. Now, onto synergy. Starting with crowd control, Lisa can produce overload for easy knockdowns when paired with a pyro elemental teammate, picking up 1 point. For effect on other care skills and healing, she however earns 0 points in both categories, but gains 1 point in skill share as Lightning Rose persists after swapping characters, setting up potentially devastating reaction opportunities for its generously long duration. Finally, for buffs and debuffs, she earns 3 more points, as she can produce the Superconduct and Electrocharge debuffs via reactions, and also provides the benefit of her level 70 passive, which lowers the enemy's defense for all party members. This all together earns Lisa a score of 13 out of 26 in utility. Lastly, onto the reactions category. Starting with her 3 possible reactions. She gains 3 points in Electrocharged, Superconduct, and Overload, because as a mage, all of her abilities are endowed with the Electro element, allowing her to spread Electro-based reactions at will without cooldowns. Moving to Lisa's reaction area of effect evaluations, for her normal attack, Lisa attacks straight ahead, auto-targeted onto a single target with a low-yield splash effect, gaining 1 point. For her charged ability, it deals damage in a large area 360 degrees from the center of the skill, scoring 4 points. Lisa's main skill, Violet Arc, when held has the ability to generate an extremely large 360 degree area of effect, easily earning the full 5 points here. Lastly, Lightning Rose also lights up a wide 360 degree area from its center, earning its maximum 5 points. All points added together in reaction gives Lisa a total of 24 points out of 26. Finally, tallying all metrics together gives Lisa a composite score of 64 points. Here you can see where Lisa stacks up against the other characters I've evaluated thus far. Lisa is a true glass cannon type character. With strong attack and reaction scores, she's an easy pick for a lead damage dealer in any party. It does however come with the cost of low utility and durability. While durability can easily be sidestepped by staying at range or effectively dodging your enemies, the low utility score could have you frequently reaching back into the party window for a quick character swap to solve puzzles around the world. Additionally, a good friend of mine reminded me that both Baron Bunny and Gyoba can be used to trigger dual pressure plate puzzles, albeit you must do it quickly. This earns both Xiangling and Amber 1 additional point in the puzzles category, bumping each of their scores up by 1. With that, I've reached the end of all I have to discuss in this installment of the Historia Scale. I hope you found it to be useful. If you've noticed something that you think I've left out, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to discuss it with you, and even issue a correction to the scale if necessary. Finally, if you did find this video to be useful, please think about leaving a like. While you're at it, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you're notified when my next video goes live. Thanks for watching Teyvat Historia. May the 7 guide you, travelers.